All right, so either you're about to buy your Tesla, you just bought it and you're waiting delivery, or one of the above, or you're going to buy one in the near future, you probably want to watch this video. It's going to be all about charging. I have to set up charging in my new house, but I thought, why not talk about charging with you? I just recently had a buddy reach out to me asking about whether he should buy the wall connector or mobile charger and so forth, and so I figured this is something important that people probably want to know. And I think I'd share the information. In any case, before we get started, remember, for more stuff like this, hit the subscribe button, and if you like this video by the end, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Let's get started. Alright, so every Tesla, it doesn't matter which one you buy, the 3, the X, the Y, will come with what's called a mobile connector. You've got a port that goes right into your car, and then you've got the end unit. The end unit you can get adapters for that just go right in, and then it's for however you're plugging it in. So it will all come with a basic 110 volt plug. This plug will allow you to plug it into any household outlet. I mean, this is your standard 110 outlet here in the United States, at least. And that's going to get you about 4 miles per hour. So with a 300-mile vehicle, charging at about 4 miles per hour, you're looking at a little over 3 days to get a full charge. But with this, you should be able to get enough charge to cover like a 20-mile commute the next day. So you may be able to just charge enough to cover your commute for the next day. And for some, that may be enough, but for many, this is still too slow of an option. So let's talk about what other options there are. Now, as some of you already know, Tesla has an amazing supercharging network, and these can charge your car anywhere from 300 up to like 900 miles per hour. It's super duper fast, but this is mainly used for road trippers, right? Road trippers, it's all about getting your charge and getting back on the road as quickly as possible. And I don't really recommend this for everyday use, but there's a small population of people who have Teslas that don't have a dedicated charging space, that live in an apartment or don't have a garage. And so they also tend to make use of this supercharging network to help them get their charge on as well. However, it's still an inconvenience because you have to go somewhere to charge, as opposed to getting it right in your home. So that leaves the last and final option, which is home charging. This is why you bought a Tesla, right? It's to not go to the gas station to fill up, but rather have the gas station, in this format of electricity, come to you. The ability to leave every morning with a full charge on your vehicle is key. So how do you do that, and what's the most cost-effective way to do that? Is by having a 220 volt outlet installed in your garage or wherever your car is to charge your vehicle. So let's talk about what I have here, and then let's talk about what's the best option for you. Now, when I moved into my new house, I of course looked at this right away. I was lucky enough to have one of these outlets in my garage. This is a NEMA 1050. It's typically used for dryers, I believe. So electric dryers use a 220 volt outlet for the extra power that's needed for drying. So that means that there was a 50 amp circuit already run into my garage. For any 220 volt outlet that you're going to install, you're going to need an electrician, so that's a cost that you're going to incur. Now, that depends on where you are, how long of a line needs to be run, depending on how much that's going to cost you to get installed in your house. So that price is variable. We're not going to cover that. That's definitely something you're going to have to do to get it done in your house, unless you have it already pre-wired like I do. Okay, so many of you have seen that Tesla also sells what's called a wall connector on their website. I think it's about $500 or $550. It's just this huge monstrosity charger that gets mounted to your wall. It's got a huge cable attached to it, and it's just like, think of it as a giant version of the mobile connector. So, do you need to buy this $500 wall connector? Well, before I answer that question, what I'd recommend you do, and I'll put a screenshot up here right now, is look at the differences between using your mobile charger or your mobile connector versus using a wall connector as to how fast it's going to charge your vehicle. What you'll notice is that the difference in the most current generation of vehicles is that it's less than 7 miles per hour difference, yet you're incurring a $500 fee just to buy the wall connector. Now, before people start complaining, I get it. Some of you guys may want to keep the mobile connector in your vehicle. You like to travel with it, take it with you. At my last place, when I needed to use it, I just took it off the wall and threw it into my vehicle. So just want to caveat that there are other options, and it's not just to buy the $500 charger. So even if you wanted to get fast charging at home, for example, with a Model 3, using the mobile connector and an upgraded 50 amp circuit, you're going to be able to charge at home at a speed of 30 miles per hour. Now, if you get the wall connector, and I'm just using Model 3 as an example, it's going to be able to charge that same vehicle on the same circuit, 50 amps, at 37 miles per hour. So you're spending $500 to get an extra 7 miles per hour. Keep in mind, most of the time we're charging overnight, so you don't really need that sort of speed. So because of that, I can't really recommend getting a wall connector, other than if you've got two vehicles, or if you truly see yourself putting the mobile connector in your car and traveling with it. When you have two Teslas, the wall connector does allow the two vehicles to load balance the load such that you don't short out your house and so forth. So it's got that advantage. And on the newer mobile connectors, it's got Wi-Fi with a lot more additional abilities built into that. But other than that, simple mobile connector, plug into the wall, you're good to go. Now, if you decide to use the mobile connector, you're going to need to, after you run the 50 amp circuit, it's going to end with what's called a NEMA 1450 outlet. I'll put a picture on the screen of what it looks like. That's what you'll need to buy, and then of course you'll need the adapter for your mobile connector to be plugged into that. That adapter costs $35. Okay, so you have two options. You can spend $500 and charge your car 7 more miles per hour, or you can save $500 and charge your car 7 miles per hour or less. The difference is 7 miles per hour and the cost is $500. So I don't recommend getting a wall connector. However, in my case, I'm recommending not to get the wall connector, yet I'm installing for a wall connector. But that's because my wall connector costed me $0. I actually got a wall connector through a referral program. It's been sitting in the box for over a year, so I figure might as well install it. So I've taken off my NEMA 1050 outlet. Remember, I could have gotten a pigtail and just used my mobile connector. I've taken that off. Those 3 wires I'm going to hardwire directly into the wall connector, mount the wall connector here, and we should be good to go. So it costed me $0 for the wall connector and $0 to get the wiring done because they were all there already. That's why I'm going with the wall connector. So let me get this installed. Alright, so it's quite a bit later now. Obviously, a wife and kids and dinner happened, and so I had to put this on pause for a little bit, came back to it, fixed it. Like we were talking about before, it doesn't matter what you decide to do, but for most of you, a simple electrician paid install of a 50 amp circuit plus a $35 adapter from Tesla will allow you to use your mobile connector and, for example, with your Model 3, allow you to get 30 miles per hour from the comfort of your own home. That means about 8-hour overnight charge will net you a full charged battery as opposed to 3 days using a 110. And what I recommend is, obviously, of course, be safe with what you're doing. Hire an electrician. My father-in-law is an electrician, so he essentially guided me through this install, but it was fairly easy. I did need to pigtail the electrical cables that were terminated here just to extend them a little bit to get them inside the wall connector. But once that they were in there, Tesla did a really good job with how they've created this with, even little nubs to close up anywhere where there's nuts and stuff like that. And here was the old outlet, the old dryer plug. I could have gotten a 35 adapter to plug into this, but I thought, hell, in this case, I'm not spending anything. Yeah. Anyway, hopefully you found this video insightful, interesting, helped you save some money. If you did, remember to hit that thumbs up button. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, hit subscribe, and, stay tuned. We're putting out some more cool stuff, and we'll get through these tough times that we're having in our country right now, hopefully with entertaining and engaging content. All right, see you guys next time. Good night.